What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the new show, Focus, the Keys to Parker. This show is paying respect to my father, who died in 2011, William Billy Parker from Tarboro, North Carolina. He had a organization called the Focus Ministry that went around and helped the community back in the day. So this is my way to pay respects to him. Focus, the Keys to Parker is just basically how I see life. I'm going to express some of my values, some of my opinions, and, you know, hopefully it reached the right ears. Hopefully it encourages some people. It may not, but I'm just getting my views out there. I feel like we all kind of share some of the same views. I really do feel like if we focus in the right direction, like we all can come together on something. So that's what I'm just trying to do. I'm trying to unify as much as I can verbally. I'm a person who don't speak much, but I'm very opinionated. So why not grab a little cheap microphone and put them views out there so somebody can hear it? You might be surprised at the stuff I believe in, but I just want to invite you to the show. Welcome to the first episode. So let's get into it.
Am I more than you bargained for yet? I've been dying to tell you anything you want to hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. Lie in the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a lord in a song. Notch in your bedpost, but you're just a lord in a song. Drop a heart and break a name. We're always sleeping in the same beat for the road to going down.
I know we all saw Kanye in that black KKK outfit. I know we saw it. He did an interview with DJ Academics within the last week and a half or so, and I watched the whole thing. If you haven't seen it, don't. He ain't saying nothing. I mean, he's saying crazy stuff, but it ain't nothing out the norm. He's the victim. He's doubling down on stuff he did, talking about his wife. Yeah, that's his whole thing now, and it's whack. Like he one of those people that make you be like them racist white people. They want you to the racist white people that want LeBron James to just sit down and play, or that wanted Colin Kaepernick to just shut up and play ball. He brings that out of you. Like I just want him to make music because he's such an excellent musician. He's an excellent producer, one of the top, one of the best to ever do it. But he's such a trash person on the inside that his actions overshadow his greatness. I'm like, dang, bro. All I want to do is admire how great you are, but you keep calling people's kids retarded, or you keep, dogging Jewish people, or you keep pandering to racist white people who don't like you. Like it's crazy, man. And all I want to do is admire how great you are as a musician. That's all I want to do. That's all I signed up for. But yeah, I'm done with him. And I think it's weird because we always do this to like our, favorite celebrities, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Chris Farley. Like we always put them on a pedestal, even when they're not at their best. We'll put them on a pedestal when they're at their worst, and then laugh at them for not meeting our standard until they crash out, and which is crazy. I saw a documentary they had where Chris Farley um was drugged out of his mind on one of his last SNL appearances. They didn't know whether he would make it through that night. They still did the show. Even in the show, they picked on him for being a drug addict, X, Y, and Z. And he died not too long later, like not too long after. I feel like if we ain't careful, that could be the same with a lot of our heroes. Kanye being one. Like, this man got mental health issues, obviously. But ain't no platform not reporting on him. Cause you're gonna a billionaire or millionaire or whatever. Michael Jackson did the same thing. They're gonna surround themselves with yes people. So they're not gonna be around people that's gonna tell them no. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just done with that guy. I'm finished.
Hey, shawty wanna roll with the cool kids. Saw me on the gram and got influence. Slid out on my line, yeah, how intrusive. Said she saw the vision like the movement. Yeah, shawty had that lightning, I was falling. Can't be crying in the club, I gotta be ballin'. Hey, why they wanna attack? Say they front and they all on my back. This be mad cause I'm shifting from scratch. And when I do it, it's me and myself. Yeah. And you know I be whipping like a dealer, babe. But don't push me, I might turn into a killer, babe. I might seal your fate. She gon' beat the face. I see it every time I close my eye like baby face. Never keep no secrets from me, babe. Just tell me straight. And don't listen to your girlfriends, they just tell you things. Shout out Tracy, babe. Shout out Jim Marie. I'm your Reggie Hayes. Ay. And all this cooking up, so I deserve a Grammy, babe.
All right, so I grew up a huge wrestling fan. Like, huge. Me and my homeboys used to be in the backyard throwing each other off the trampolines, trying to imitate the Royal Rumble every Saturday. So I was excited to see Booker T's name in the headlines. But it's not for what I found out later. It's not for a great reason. He's beefing with a younger wrestler named Swerve Strickland about comments he made about WWE being racist and not really using black talent correctly. Hear the videos. Y'all tell me what you think.
Well, you said the WWE doesn't treat black wrestlers fair.
I don't think they market the value as fair.
Okay.
I don't think they market anybody's value as fair, really.
Well, your friend Booker T actually responded to you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, look at the black talent in WWE right now, like Bianca Belair, Obafemi, The New Day. The New Day has won more tag team championships than anybody. Bianca Belair, she's headlining WrestleMania. Obafemi's a young guy out of college, is doing big things at NXT. I'm just trying to figure out what he's talking about. So I hate that we're still talking about this race thing as far as, what WWE is doing with black folks. And I say that with all sincerity because I'm black, and I've been working for the company for a long time, and I know I've been treated fair for the last 20 years.
That's not what happened when Vince said the N-word in front of you. That's not being treated fair. My opinion.
I rest assured I had the energy when I saw him because I approached Swerve Strickland and I had a conversation with Swerve Strickland. Let's talk about the conversation. But I told Swerve Strickland to his face how disappointed I am in him as a young brother because all I did for Swerve Strickland ever was put him over and put him on a pedestal as being one of the best out there that ever did it. He deserved being the AEW champion. And for him to say something like that about me, I don't know if these guys think racism stopped in 1990 when I got in the business, but it didn't. Okay, you may not hear about a lot of racial issues with Booker T because I handled racial issues head first. I opened doors. I broke down barriers for people like Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland perhaps would not even be here if it wasn't for me. I have to apologize for nothing that I've done in this business.
All right. So this is how I feel about this. Both of these guys are right. This is what we got to, you got to see both sides. Both of these guys are right. The issue is WWE has been racist as I don't know what since the start. Like forever. Vince McMahon definitely called Booker T a nigga to his face.
Keep it up, I'm a nigga.
He said that he said that on cable. He said it on live TV. Then years before that, Triple H said Booker T got nappy hair.
With your nappy hair and your suckers.
And then said people like him don't win championships.
Somebody like you doesn't get to be a world champion.
Like it's so much evidence of racism in the WWE. Like, I understand that. And people say, oh, well, that's years ago. It was still the same people around. So, yes, like, that's what Swerve is saying is not hard to believe. Booker T is a company man, so he's definitely going to ride for WWE, unfortunately. And I think that's what would piss me off. So I can understand why Swerve is upset and probably why Swerve came with that energy. But even though Booker T is a company man and he will stand up for WWE no matter what, if Vlad would have read further into that interview, he still somewhat gave Swerve a pass. Somewhat. Even in that interview, he said the situation that Swerve had might be personal. Basically saying, even though I've been there for 20 years and I haven't experienced racism, or I don't see the issue with the racism, he could have had something with somebody one-on-one. Basically saying, I can't say that this man is absolutely wrong. That's kind of a pass, in my opinion. But if I was Swerve, I still probably would have been upset. What I agree with Booker T is kind of the unfortunate fact that Vlad was the one to kind of stir the pot on this. He was saying that Swerve got played because he went to Vlad. Do I think Swerve got played? Not really. I don't think that. But I would more than anybody, I blame Vlad. Because Vlad is normally the one to stir the pot with stuff like this. I feel like Swerve was speaking on some real stuff. I don't fully agree with Booker T, even in his response. He said a lot of stuff that I don't really agree with. But what he did say was, you don't let Vlad stir the pot. That I understand. I don't like Vlad. I don't listen to Vlad. But you could tell in Booker T's response, it hurt him. It hurt him, man. And he was screaming. He was getting mad. I wish they would have had that conversation, off camera. And I don't know who to blame for that. Maybe Booker T should have came to him before he responded in the first place years ago. But I wish they would have had that off camera because, Booker T was in it during all that. Booker T went through a lot of, whether he want to admit it or not, a lot of the stuff he went through was not, that wasn't right. Like, Vince McMahon can't call you a nigga to your face. Triple H shouldn't be saying you have nappy hair. Even if you're okay with that, that ain't something that should have went down. But at the same time, it's hard for me to say what he did. We all got to go through racist stuff at our jobs and stuff like that. Especially as Black men, it's tough. We got to endure pain that nobody else knows about except for us. And sometimes it's small stuff, it's comments, it's people getting over you in positions. Like, we all go through that type of stuff. So I don't know. That's a hard one. But I hope these two come together. And Booker T said that he had a conversation with Swerve. So I hope everything is cool now, but let's try to have these conversations. Like, let's try to talk. Yeah, this is real unfortunate, and I blame Vlad. I'll never look at another Vlad TV interview. And I wasn't even on Vlad before this. It just talked about wrestling, so I got excited. But Yeah, man, I hope those guys work it out.
We can't be the ones to keep praising people brandishing guns. I got limited male role models that I can show my son, and I can't show my daughter that girl twerking, sticking out her tongue. I think we gave a platform to the wrong ones. Did our leaders fight for the freedom for you to free that coochie? We got manipulated by Prada, Louis V, and Gucci. Don't treat life like a movie. I promise you that Lucy will show you a steak, but really try to feed you dookie. So when we gonna be honest and tell these rappers that they need to give up? I mean, they had a good run, but now they're pushing their luck. Let's grab the duct tape and the rope and tie them to the back of a truck and drive 90 miles an hour on terrain that's rough. I mean, Jeepers, creepers, can you keep up with us? I raised the heat up in here and turn it to Hiroshima. We got no leaders either, only got heathens. We done gave up deliverers and traded them for deceivers.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this Marvin Sapp situation. I'm going to show y'all the clip, and then I'm going to show y'all his response. Tell me what you think.
Understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here.
People took issue with me saying shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors.
Yeah.
I said shut the doors. Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and but it's also about security. As a pastor, that churches are being robbed at gunpoint. It's happening all over the country. This is not something I'm making up. This is factual. So if you got 5,000 people in a room, you want the doors closed. You don't want the doors locked. I couldn't get them locked anyway. It's a convention center. But the doors needed to be closed, and there was a lot of pandemonium stuff that was going on out there. But I wanted to.
All right. So now that you've seen everything, let me tell you my point of view. Cutting straight to the point, I think that's trash. I think that's stupid. I think he looks dumb. I can't stand that it happened. I can't stand it's going viral. I think the man is very talented. I think he has an anointing, but I think he looked extremely stupid. And I just think it's a bad look. I do. I hate that that's something that we all around the culture, black, no matter what you believe in, non-believer, believer, whatever. I hate that this is something that a lot of times we all get together on is, yeah, that's bad. That shouldn't happen. Because this turns a lot of people away. And I can't blame them. Like, I'm not, and I think the wrong thing to do is defend him. Like, I'm not defending him for that. It's now my job to disassociate that train of thought with what I know Christianity to be. And you got people like Roland Martin, and it's a few more people that actually tried to defend him. I'm like, no, that's not helpful at all. We all should know you don't move like that. The issue is churches are mainly set up in the hood. They're set up in underprivileged areas. So even if it is just $20, why are you trying to shake them people down for $20? For anything. And what they do is they talk to you like you're stupid. This man sat there and said, "Oh, I never said lock the doors." Nobody said you did. That was never a debate. Whether you said lock the doors or shut the doors is equally as bad. And the same person goes on to talk about, how many records they've sold, how many businesses they have, and how they get their money. I don't care if the money won't go into you. Why are you telling people to close the door? That's sending a message. And he sat in there and tried to act like, oh, well, that's safety reasons, There was No, man, get out of here. It's like the rest of your speech was about how it's important to give money and how they ain't doing nothing but going out to eat anyway. But the portion about closing the doors was about another. No, bro. No. I think that's a bad look. We gotta make sure that we as believers disassociate ourselves not from him, but from that train of thought. When you see that, I don't think that's something you defend. I don't. Whenever you see somebody moving odd or moving weird, we kind of go into protect mode because we believe the same thing. I don't care. We believe the same thing. I don't care we're born the same day. I don't care. If you moving weird, you moving weird. And we need to call it out. I'm going to call it out. That's weird. You're shaking down poor people for money. And you famous. You're a celebrity. That's odd every time it happens. So yeah. I ain't with that one. I ain't with that one at all. Let's do work. We got to do better. Because that was dumb. It was a bad look on our part.
Is nothing as simple as a love inside a tomb. Show me, Lord, how to love like you. I'm gonna
We came a long way from picking pockets to pinning profits. He made a point to reach out his hand and he pinky promised. When I spit, it's a lot of wisdom like an orthodontist. Mario, we just trying not to slip up or go bananas. I really love Yahweh, but I didn't know how to love until I gave her my way. Thought about the street route like traffic on the highway. When Jesus died, who really thanked God it was Friday? Romans 6:23, I got it down to a T. Should've been spit out his mouth, but God was smiling on me. Grim Reaper calling my name, but God was dialing for me. I was about to go crash out, but he was driving for me. They judging the way I look, but only God truly see. Meanwhile, the uppers got systems where only they truly eat. His heart is still with the poor, that's why I'm back in the streets. I don't know if he washed you if you ain't washing the feet.
show me, Lord, how to love like you.
Hallelujah.
There was a story that I ran across within the past couple of days, and it's about a lady named Sophia Stewart. If you don't know Sophia Stewart, you should, because we all know The Matrix, and we all know The Terminator. And these are billion-dollar, movie franchises. The funny thing is, a black lady wrote all that, and it got taken from her. The Matrix and The Terminator come from a book called The Third Eye. In The Third Eye, she kind of rewrote the aftermath of Revelations. And she breaks all this down beautifully. And what's crazy is when she wrote it, it was above a lot of people's head and they didn't know what to do with it. Apparently, she had sent the script off one time in 81 and one time in the mid 90s, and it got rejected. But in 99, when she saw The Matrix, she saw that her work was being used without her permission. It took a long time, but 14 years after the movie came out, she finally got a settlement. So I just want to say to people, older, anybody that's trying, keep going, don't stop. Man, we don't know what stuff that the older generation had to face. That's kind of what that brought out to me. We don't know what type of stuff y'all had to face, because look at her. She just made these huge movies, so much money, and they didn't give her nothing. Mind you, they didn't do the same thing to the guy that wrote The Lord of the Rings. They gave him credit and they paid him out immediately. But they saw her and said, nah, we can take this from her. And this is 2 movie franchises, not only The Matrix. She wrote The Terminator 2. The way she wrote it was the 2 were intertwined. Now, I ain't never seen The Matrix before. I ain't gonna front. Don't judge me. I ain't never seen it. Um, and I vaguely remember the Terminator. I seen it when I was little, but I don't remember it like that. The way she wrote it was, and I'm not sure which one was first, but the boy in the Terminator is Neo from the Matrix. So she had a whole nother situation that they came and took and used without her permission. And this has happened countless times in history. Countless. It's just now that we're kind of unveiling what went on. So, and I don't even know the correlation. I know the lady is older now, but that just makes me look at the people that I know. I know my mom is extremely creative. And her sisters are extremely talented, extremely creative in so many different ways. And I've always looked at, the people that I grew up around, especially black people, like, yo, we are a gifted bunch. Like, I grew up around a bunch of gifted people. A lot of times, the only difference between us and the successful people, or the people who we call extremely successful, is resources. A lot of times, they are surrounded by resources and they're able to get their ideas and their dreams out there. The issue is we have the same dreams, the same. Honestly, we have more creativity. We have a harder work ethic, but we don't have the resources. And after trying and trying and trying and getting knocked down for so long, eventually you just accept it. And it's not even nothing wrong with that, because that's the way it is. But I want to say to you guys, thank you. Thank you. Even if you planned something, even if you worked on something and it didn't turn out the way you wanted, even if you made bad decisions that didn't get you where you wanted to be, and this is everybody that's over like 50 and 60, we still appreciate you. I don't care what it is. Because I know for a fact I couldn't go through what you went through back in the day. Like, it's crazy, man. You look at all them people from, Martin Luther King marching. You look at all them people back in the day, and you look, even, okay, prime example, look at how they stopped taking the bus for change. All they ask us to do now is not go to Target. We won't, we won't do that. So again, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. I love the older generation. I still look up to the older generation. Like, a lot of people that I ain't gonna front. A lot of people who I have deep conversation with are like 20, 25 years older than me. Those are the people who I have deep, deep conversations with. I'll chill with the homies every now and then. Me and my girl always together. That's cool. But when I'm around like older people, that's when I'm asking questions. That's when I'm asking them about their perspectives. Because even if life didn't turn out the way they wanted it to, they have a level of understanding. They have a level of wisdom, knowledge it just can't be matched. It's so valuable. So, and I don't even know honestly why she's older now. She's older now, and I get it. I can't say I don't know why it made me think of that. The reason this story made me think about the older generation is because, again, how many creative people do we know? That may not have the resources to get their stuff out there. She had the resources to get her stuff out there, but even then, they took it. Like, it's just a bunch of white people came and took it. And even when she tried to fight it, the FBI told her that the people that were helping her was actually helping the other side as well. So it's so many factors against us. And luckily, we're in a better position now than we were in before, but you know, I just got to give credit. I got to give credit to the people from back in the day, because they put us in the position that we are in now. And a lot of times we ain't even walking through the doors that they open. We just chilling. I say this all the time. It's a bunch of older people that I know, my mom being one of them. If my mom was in my situation, my mom would be a celebrity. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. It's a lot of people I know like that. Like, the work ethic is crazy. So yeah, I just want to pay homage to you guys. Thank you so much. Do not lose hope. If you got dreams, still go for them. And beyond that, don't doubt yourself. Don't look back at old stuff and be mad at where you are now. Forget the internet. Forget these young people saying like, oh, well, they did this. Forget that, because 9 times out of 10, if they was in your spot, they would crumble. They would fall. They're not you. Y'all built different. I'll say that. Y'all built different. I know I can go through some of that stuff. So that's it. You guys have a great day. Thank you for sticking around if you did. Thank you for sticking around. We'll be ready for next week. Next week's episode is Squeezing Neverland, where I defend Michael Jackson like never before. All right, y'all take it easy.